What's up, guys? Sorry I didn't get anything up yesterday. I had a bit of technical difficulty. My computer is not cooperating. But I got some shooting videos for you today. Got 3 guns. I'm not sure. I'll probably, depending on how long I see the video go, I'll split it up into 3 parts, or 2 parts. Or I'll just keep it as one video. So let's get this shit knocked out. So first up, I've got the Dangerous man, I'm having trouble today. Dangerous Power Fusion. This is the LE. It's also known as the F7 after they came out with the Fusion F8, the new model. So this is an old model. It's LE, like I said. It's number 23 out of 50. It's burnt orange. It doesn't have its own sale thread up on PB Nation, but it's definitely, if anybody's interested in it, definitely hit me up. Let me know. I really don't plan on keeping it. But I got a Gorilla Air 4845 tank on it right now, and the tank is sitting at about 2,500. I've got my die rotor, and I've got a pot of paint, and the paint I'm shooting out of it, it's a little bit old, but it's been kept pretty well. But it's a mix of Heat, All-Star, and Premium. Again, it's a tad bit old, so I'm not sure how the paint is going to perform. But let's see how the gun does. And I was able to adjust the trigger a little bit, and I adjusted the board, and I put it on like a, I think it's on like a 15 capped ramp, just so it can spit out some paint. You know, we can see how the gun shoots and all that kind of stuff. So let's get this stuff rolling. So now this definitely has, this is the old style wraps ASA. I'm really not a fan of it, because if you can see the end of, hold on, there we go. You can see the end of it. It doesn't really have any flange or anything to it, so once I put it on, it's really hard to get it off. It's really annoying, and it does piss out some air when you're turning it on, which is kind of annoying. I'm pretty sure these are stock Dangerous Power macro line fittings and macro, so they do definitely leak. Anybody that owns Dangerous Power guns knows that the stock fittings are absolutely horrible. And if you buy a Dangerous Power gun, the first thing you should do is replace the macro and the macro fittings, because they're just absolutely terrible. And it's just the stock barrel that's on here, and it's, let's see, I believe it's a 690. Yeah, it's a 690 2-piece stock barrel. So eyes seem to be clean, everything else seems to be nice. So it's a little bit cold out here, so let's shoot this thing off. Yeah, paint's a little bit all over the place, but I mean, other than that, the gun seems to be shooting alright. Alright, well that's a pod. I mean, just reactions on shooting it, I am not a fan of this trigger at all. I like the shape. It's more of like the Intimidator style trigger, which I definitely like, but it is, it's optical. It's not a micro switch, and I can't stand optical. I know people love optical, people love micro switch. It's back and forth. It's really personal preference. I just don't like optical switches at all. I like to feel the resistance in the trigger. Maybe it's because I like, you know, I shoot real guns a lot, you know, the whole military thing, and I'm used to that, so I'm used to the resistance, and I like feeling it. Gives me a little bit more comfort when I'm shooting. But I am not a fan of this trigger whatsoever. It's nice and smooth and fluid, but if it had a micro switch, I think I would really like it. But other than that, let's see if we can get this on camera and see the gauge. The pressure is sitting right at about maybe 220, right about there. And in the instruction manual for the Fusion, it says average pressure for the reg is recommended to sit between 250 and 300. I think for a poppet, that's really high. I mean, it is it's a couple years old, but I mean, it's not that old. It's right around the same time where you got Planet Eclipse stuff and, you know, Intimidators, and other than that, I mean, they're all shooting, you know, sub 200 or right around there. And then, of course, you look at spool valves and the operating pressure is ridiculously low, but, I mean, for a poppet, you know, it's recommending up to 300. I think that's really high. That was a pod, a 15 ramp, and my tank is down to about 1700, so that ate up about 700 psi worth of air, which for a poppet in one pod, I mean, even shooting ramp and stuff like that, I think that's a lot. I know this is a really tiny tank and everything, but you know, it definitely could do better. I've never shot a Fusion F8, the new version of this, but I hope that they addressed a lot of those problems with this. This is a really simple gun. It comes out and comes apart really nicely, and I'm definitely going to do a maintenance video on it. I really hope that they fix these problems with the Fusion F8. So that's my initial thoughts on the gun. I'll think about it a little bit more. Things I like about it: the barrel seems really nice. I really like this locking feed neck right here. I think that's the latch and everything. It's really nice. The way this whole guide comes out, it's just tensioned in with a spring-loaded D10. So it's just like a quarter turn, and then it comes out. That's really cool. The bolt's really nice. The LPR seems to be nice. It has an actual LPR instead of the F8, which has a just a cap, and it's snowing. Wow, haven't got much snow. So it's January here in New Hampshire, and as you can see, there's no snow anywhere. It's only snowed like 3 times this season, and it just keeps getting warmer and warmer. So ski mountains are all open. I haven't gone yet, but hopefully it stays cold enough where all this stuff sticks. But back to the guns. Anyway, I know they upgraded the wraps ASA, so that's really cool. That's my initial impressions on it. I'll rip it apart. I'll think about it some more, and we'll get back to you on the Fusion. We'll get back to you when I do the maintenance video. So the next thing I have up is something I've had for a while, and I'm not sure why I haven't done a shooting with it yet, is my Abomb Intimidator. So I picked this up. I traded an SL66 for it. I've had that SL66. It was an excessive Krypton Ice excessive SL66. I've just had it. I've had that thing forever, and I'm not the biggest fan of Egos. I know Ego fanboys everywhere are gonna be pissed, but I'm just not the biggest fan of Egos. I just like shooting spools better. I know, right? I'm shooting like all poppets today, but I just like shooting spools better. I really didn't want to keep it anymore, and I've been collecting Intimidators now, the private labels, and I saw this. I figured I'd throw up the offer, and he said yes. So here I got an Abomb Intimidator. It's this really nice, chrome and black. It doesn't have the jewels or anything, but it's got the stock eyepieces, and I do have a little bit of plans for this. I'm going to do, right here on the ram sleeve and the black parts, it's copying another design that's already out there for A-bombs, but I'm going to do City Skyline. Other people have used like skylines from Chicago, Dallas, something like that. So I'm going to use probably just like a generic City Skyline, because my home big city of Boston doesn't have too much of a skyline. I could probably make it work, but I'm going to do a skyline on the ram sleeve, and then I'm probably going to get like the bomb right here, just a little bit of lasered white, just kind of fading, so it just has some effect of the bomb. I'm not sure if I'm going to anno it yet. I kind of like this chrome and black color scheme. I think it looks really cool. But we're going to shoot this thing off because it's cold out here, my hands are freezing, and this gun is cold. So let's get this rotor on here. Holy crap, that's cold. Holy. Alright, so the gun's already aired up. So the barrel that's on here is just a CP Classic 1 piece. It's a 689 bore. So hoping that just kind of evens out with the paint that I'm shooting. It's another pot of the same stuff I told you about earlier. Holy crap, that's cold. Alright, so let's turn this thing on. This is all original parts, Empire 1.5 software, Alias front block, Empire the Empire style of the ball bearing twister rig and all that stuff. The feed neck is like the newer ball bearing style, and down here it's just a CP2K5 on-off, which is one of my favorite on-offs. For 25 bucks, you really can't beat it, and just a hybrid rail, hybrid adjustable ram cap, a couple other things, stock bolt, all that nice stuff. So shoot this off. I think this is on a cap. I'm not too sure. I haven't shot it in a while. Starting to get some barrel breaks. It's really cold out here. This barrel is freezing. Alright. Damn, shut up. So for a poppet, I think Intimidators, I just love shooting Intimidators. They're so smooth shooting for a poppet valve. I mean, you saw me standing. I was standing when I was shooting a little bit flat-footed. My feet were pretty square. I really didn't have much of a stance or anything like that. And it really, I mean, you didn't see my body move too much. It really didn't have much recoil. Again, I just love shooting Intimidators. They're just great shooting guns, and you know, they're still making the same Intimidator design, and they're making the same Intimidator design for a reason. Since 2002, since the classic Intimidator, the design really hasn't changed. It hasn't had to. It's a solid design. It works. It's really, I mean, obviously the original, pretty much the original stack tube poppet, you know, you go back to is like old Spiders and stuff like that, but you know, the 2K2 classic Intimidator was really the start of the modern, you know, everyday what we take for a stack tube poppet. And the Ego is based on that. You know, if I was playing on Eclipse, I'd say I based on the Intimidator and not the Spider. But again, I mean, classic 2K2 Timmy, that's the, you know, that's the basis for the modern poppet valve gun. They're all pretty much like that, and it's like that for a reason. It's an amazing platform. They're really great. So I've got a third gun for you today, which is something I don't use too often, and this one I've actually never used in a game. I've just kind of built it, and I've, you know, messed around with it in the backyard here, but I haven't done much with it. You guys might be surprised because I don't do this a lot, but this is my A5. It's got a obscure UMP kit on it. Other than that, there's no performance upgrades in this gun. It's a completely stock old style A5. This is old style A5 from Tippmann before they outsourced to China. So there's nothing wrong with it. You know, go buy Tippmann today. Good luck. Good luck with that. I don't even recommend buying Tippmanns anymore. It's that bad. But it's just a stock Tippmann. There is an Apex barrel on here and the X7 style, low pro style hopper. So I'm gonna hook a remote up to this thing real quick, and we're gonna shoot it. And I'm gonna do a man's video on A5s just to, you know, get it out there, get some information out there. I know they're pretty easy, but I want to do it. Just taking off this shroud is a pain in the ass, so I really gotta decide if I want to sit down for like a friggin' hour just to do everything. So let's get the tank hooked up to this thing. Oh man, is it cold. Alright, let's use this tank off the Intimidator. Excuse me while I'm off camera momentarily getting this thing going. It's really cold and I can't feel my hands anymore. Holy shit. Alright. Alright, now just a quick tip, if any of you guys use remotes on anything for any reason. The general rule is you take your remote and the screw on top. You're going to twist it all the way down until it stops and then come back a half to a full turn. If you don't do that, it's going to basically block the air just like it wasn't even screwed in. So again, real quick, all the way down, come back a half to a full turn. Pretty simple. So hang this over my back real quick, and let's get some paint in here. Now this is completely mechanical, so I'm only going to throw in like a quarter of a pot, or else I'm going to be sitting here forever. Alright. I do have the apex on here, so I'm probably going to tweak. Man, that thing is loud and it's got some kick. Alright, so let's kick this apex into gear. Turn that all the way up, right where it is. See what we get out of it. So it's basically in like flatline mode, and I know you can't really see it with the camera because it's going off in the woods, but these things are fucking going. It's got some crazy distance to it. Holy shit. Let's turn it upside down, see if we could sink some of this. Man, that thing's cool. I love apex barrels. The things are just so cool. Let's see if we can put some hook onto it now. So now I got them hooking right, and the cold is just destroying these paintballs. I'm gonna have to clean out my apex after this. And let's make these things hook left. Man, I've played tons of scenario games, both D-Days, and I just, it's the flat line and the sink is useful. I just really don't know when you would want to hook a ball. So, let's turn it all the way right side up. Let's turn that flat line up just so we can get through this without breaking any more paint. And I really can't feel my hands anymore. I think that's it, and that cold is just destroying this paint now. So now I'm going to have to clean out that, and I really can't feel my hands anymore. But that's the 3 guns I got for you today. I'm definitely I'm going to do a shooting with the Freak Factory Impulse. I gotta throw on an ASA just to get it on there. I'll get that done, get a video up. We got the maintenance video coming up for the Fusion. We got the maintenance videos coming up for the Tippmanns. I'm going to do the video on the Carnivore, the maintenance videos for Intimidators, and those are all basically the same, so I'm just going to do one. I'll probably do this A-Bomb, since it could probably use cleaning anyway now. But that's about all I got for you guys today. Again, sorry I didn't get the videos up earlier, technical difficulties, and super busy. I got drill this weekend, so I'm not going to be around. Taking off early tomorrow morning. I am going on a tiny vacation probably next week, so I'll be gone for 3 to 4 days, so I'll sporadically check the forums and YouTube, but I probably won't be active. I might just check up on my sales, something like that. Again, if you guys have seen any of the guns on here that you want to buy or would like to add to your collection, a lot of them were on sale over on PB Nation. Just trying to throw out there, saying, hey, give me money, because I need money, but I'm just trying to move these guns because I'm probably going to deploy here within the next couple months. It's probably going to be for a long time. So, I got a lot of stuff to move. I don't want to just sitting around. I'd rather sell it off, get some cash, and, get some of these guns out there and have some of you guys use them and play with them. There's no reason for them to be sitting around in my house when they could be perfectly good helping somebody out on a field. So again, they're over on PB Nation. The username is Magic Clam. Really old username, long story with that. So check that out. You could probably find me on TechPB and hit me up and ask me if you guys got any questions. If you can't find me, hit me up on YouTube. I'm always on. So that's about it. That's all I got for you guys today. So I'm going to head inside. I'm going to get all this stuff inside. I'm probably going to sit down and I'm going to rip apart the Fusion. We'll do the video on that. So by the time this video gets up, you'll probably see the Fusion video up in maybe another couple hours, maybe tomorrow morning. But that's about it. It's cold. I'm going inside. Thanks for watching, guys.